Alright, here we are with another Athlete's Corner. This time we're talking about Bryce Krawczyk. Bryce and I have been working together for a long time, which makes doing a video like this a little bit more cool for me. Yeah, we've worked together and come a long way as athletes and coaches. One thing that I find when I work with an athlete, for as long as I've worked with Bryce, the strategy that we use has to change. Like, it changes as the athlete develops, but it also changes as the athlete's responsiveness changes. We start out with a particular plan, and we start this training program with a particular strategy, and now that strategy may be toward higher frequencies or lower frequencies, higher RPEs or lower RPEs, whatever. There's a ton of different strategies that we employ, but invariably the strategy always starts to taper off in terms of its effectiveness, in terms of athlete responsiveness. So then we rotate to a different strategy. It's a fresh stimulus. It's something that allows the athlete to continue adapting. Now, one of the cool things about Bryce is that he's an extremely adaptive athlete. We used a strategy early on when Bryce first came on board, and he continued to adapt to that particular training strategy for a long time, much longer than most athletes do. He gained and gained and gained and gained, and it went on. That's eventually how he set his first world record in the deadlift, by using this sort of strategy. It's pretty much the same type of strategy that he's used the whole time. Now, any athlete, even an athlete as adaptable as Bryce, eventually a particular strategy runs out of gas, but that's not the end of the line. So what happened for us, Bryce set his world record in the deadlift. We continued on using that strategy, but it had more or less run its course, and that's fine. What we'd noticed is that he was getting more beat up. He wasn't getting a whole lot stronger. So he had a meet at Nationals that, by any stretch wasn't a bad meet, but I know it wasn't up to his standards. And I know he was feeling pretty beat up in the lead up going up to that meet as well. So after Nationals, we didn't have a whole lot of time. We don't have a whole lot of time between Canadian Nationals and the IPF Classic Worlds. So we had him working with our RTS staff movement specialist, Jake Noel. Bryce was having hip pain and some other issues going on. He worked with Jake, if memory serves, for about 6 or 8 weeks. At the end of that time, I wouldn't say that he's completely pain-free, or it's getting better all the time, but at the time when he was first released back to us, he wasn't completely pain-free, but he was much better than he had been, and he was in a place where he could manage his injuries, he could train hard, he could get better. And for now, that's what we're looking for. When we have a little bit more time, we'll get even better, we'll get even more healthy. But in the time since he's worked with Jake earlier this year, we've needed to get as strong as possible, as fast as possible, build back as much strength, and really get ready for this IPF Worlds competition. We know it's going to be an extremely challenging weight class to be in, which is both cool and obviously a challenge. So we've used a strategy with Bryce that's similar to the Project Momentum strategy. It's very high frequency. He's getting lots of competition reps. He's also getting plenty of assistance work that's targeted at his particular weaknesses. We're taking a moderately heavy single each week. It's nothing crazy, but it's a single that allows us to gauge progress. It allows us to build momentum and build that really particular skill of high-end, high force output strength execution. You know, nothing is quite the same as a heavy single, and you know, practicing that frequently is really helpful. So far, it's worked marvelously. He's gotten way stronger throughout training. He's in the best shape that I've ever seen him in. He's managing his pain levels. I mean, the kid's just an animal. I'm really looking forward to seeing what he can do in the 105 class, and all of our lifters, really. This is going to be a really fun meet to watch, and Bryce in particular is going to be a guy to look out for.
Reactive Training System.